Morning, everybody. I am here today on a Wednesday, which is odd for me. So I am here on Wednesday, and we're going to just talk about some current subjects and some little secrets and tidbits that I do in my business. So one of the things, before I start my actual subject, which is the 120-day push, one of the things that was brought up this morning is there's a lot of talk about interest rates. So I'm really only going to talk about this for a few minutes, right? But the prediction is, if you're talking to any of your lenders, that we are going to have a significant interest rate drop here in the next week or two. So there's a couple of points that I want to bring up to everybody that I possibly can. And if we get more people on this call, I will probably bring it up again at the end of this call today. But the lenders are the only ones that are supposed to be quoting rates. If I never tell you anything else in your entire life, what I want to tell you is, don't quote rates. You could get fined. You could get a complaint. If a lender didn't like you and wanted to turn you in, they could, and it's not a pretty thing. So the reason I bring that up is this week I have seen agents post like little Facebook posts that you could have 2.9% on a new build. Ask me now. Or you can have 2.9% on a new build. Ask me how. Well, does anybody here know what's wrong with that? Well, let me just tell you. And I don't suggest you do it this way, right? I don't suggest you do it at all. But if you're going to do that, then you are going to say, Richmond American Homes is promoting 2.9, 3.9, and 4.9% interest rates. Of course, you have to speak to their lender, yada, yada, yada. So that's the beginning of what I wanted to say today is make sure that you are not quoting rates on anything unless you are a lender, right? Even if the builder's doing it. If the builder's doing it, then take their post and share it to yours and say, would you like to go see new homes, right? But just don't do it yourself. Please. Please. Okay. So what we're going to talk about today is the 120-day push. It's probably 116 days now, but I call it the 120-day push. Everything you do today will build your business to the end of the year and into next year. So there's a big difference in agents, guys. There's the agents that work the first part of the year. They got some business in the summer and they don't have that really consistent flow. But I'm going to tell you, after 25 years in the business, the people that really take off are the ones that spend the next 120 days and they do the things. They do all the things. They stay in front of their clients. They are building their business plan. And we're not going to go over the business plan today. Maybe I'll reserve that for two Wednesdays from today. But, I have a real basic business plan. You should be thinking about that. What do I need to do next year? What kind of numbers do I want to hit? How do I want to market? What's my budget like, right? But for today's subject, let's talk about the next 120 days. So what do we have? What do we have coming up, right? We have football season. We have Halloween. We have Thanksgiving. We have Christmas, Hanukkah. We just have the holidays, right? So there's all these things and opportunities that can put you in front of your clients in a big, big way, right? So I think there was a trainer years ago, 25 years ago, 24 years ago, that we hired. His name was Brian Buffini, and he has the 8 week build your business in 8 weeks, right? And I've talked about this a million times on this call too. And it went out into a neighborhood. This is recent, actually. went out into a neighborhood and they asked everybody in the neighborhood who the realtor was for that neighborhood. And the neighbors all had different answers, but there was no clear-cut answer. And so they did an 8-week mailer, just like Brian Buffini does. They had an 8-week mailer to the neighborhood, and they put a fictitious agent. They just created an AI represented agent, and they sent it out every week. And then they went back into the neighborhood, and they pulled the neighborhood again. And what do you know? The clear answer of over 50% of the people who were interviewed that day said it's this fake agent. So as I tell you, the more you're seen, the more you are going to do in business, right? So the next, I saw that there was an agent at Power Huddle yesterday that talked about client gifts for the holidays and for closings and et cetera, which brought me to my subject today. So you have the opportunity today to send out basketball schedules, football schedules, right? You have the opportunity to figure out who your fans are of your local team on Facebook. You can send video text. Oh my gosh, did you see that touchdown last night? Okay, this doesn't really work for me, but it does for some of you. I was laughing. But it's true. I have a lender who I go to a lot of games with. I go to Avalanche games, Broncos games, we have floor tickets to the Nuggets games. And so I'm always at a sporting event. And I find that if I interact with the people who like the Nuggets or like the Broncos, I'm getting a lot more views on my social media and I'm getting a lot more referrals. My referral business has gone up. My referral business has gone up exponentially in the last 3 months just because of, the way I'm interacting with people. So we have sporting calendars. They probably need to go out to your sphere, maybe to your neighborhood. Halloween is a big one for me. I love Halloween. My favorite holiday. I think if you're an agent and you participate in Halloween, there's some people on here that don't. Actually, maybe not on here today. But full-size candy bars, they go a long, long way. If you're warm enough to sit outside and you can create like the tent out in front of your house, you can do adult treats, which is my favorite thing to do. Last year at the, I went to the Dads of Castle Rock event, and it's a trick or trunk or treat or however you say that. And we all dressed up, and I had the tent, and it was scary, and we had all the candy. We had over 2,500 kids. I had to have 10,000 pieces of candy, right? But my daughter and I made, this is probably not appropriate, my daughter and I made 1,000 Jell-O shots in Halloween colors, and we kept them in the back. And to the parents that were running through the trunk or treat, we had adult treats. And it was a hit. And now I'm having people ask me this year, are you doing trunk or treat again? We want you to come back, right? So, know your audience, of course, but you have 120 days to build your business. So we have Halloween, we have the full-size candy bars, we have swag. You could order like flashlights and, neon bags and go put them out in your neighborhood, 250, 350, depending on how big your neighborhood is and how much you want to spend, you could go and put those on all the doors. That is, of course, if your neighborhood celebrates Halloween. We also have, when we have next, Thanksgiving. Are you doing pie drop-offs? Are you doing a video? One of the things that I'm going to try to get together the next week is my Halloween video. Been wanting to do it for 3 years. Hopefully I will pull it through. I don't know. ADHD. But getting marketing out that way, right? Safety. all those things. Then we have Halloween. Are you doing pie drop-offs? Are you doing Halloween cards? You could go ahead and pre-schedule everything. You can build this out on social media. You can go ahead and order your Thanksgiving cards. You can order your Christmas cards and try to think outside of the box. What is everybody else doing, right? Do you want to set yourself apart? Are you going to have a client party, or are you going to have, is there a big Halloween movie coming? I don't know. I haven't checked. Can you rent a theater? The next 120 days is the easiest time to interact with your sphere of the entire year. I promise you. Tiffany, have any questions? Alex, got any comments? No.
You should do what Leslie Bennett did for your Halloween video this year. Do you remember that video? It was like,
oh yeah, totally. I remember.
I thought that would be like a perfect. I don't think I could pull that off, but
yeah.
It was like no talking either. It was literally just like a video of her like doing something. That was really cool.
Yeah, she's great.
I haven't seen Leslie in years.
I haven't done fun videos in 3 or 4 years, and I was talking to somebody the other day, and I was like, why am I not doing fun videos anymore? Did I just lose my spunk? Did I think that everybody thought, like, I don't know, I think I got in my head, right? Honestly, I think it was when Erica Wolf did a pretty impressive video, and I was like, I can't compete. I don't know why I worry about what other people do, right? But she was so good. Do you remember, I don't want to talk about what
I know Erica Wolf. You're probably talking about her naked video. What?
Oh God, it was like,
that was wild. That was
next level, right? But definitely, I did talk about doing a Halloween video with my crew. We might even do the one that a lot of people have done, the Three Sisters.
Halloween Town or not Halloween Town?
With Bette Midler.
Talking about, they did a remake of it like 2 years ago.
Yeah. I might do that one, or I might do even scarier. Like,
you gotta get one where you got like 2 other female agents around your market, like in other markets, and then like the 3 of you can do like a trifecta.
Well, and the thing is, I have a team. So I have an agent that is up north that does all my business, and I have an agent in Vail, and so we could really pull off a cool one. But I'm telling you, like, this is my point. You'll have this is the time of year to build your business. A lot of agents, I would say, what do you think, Alice? Like 60% of the agents are like, oh, it's the holidays, I can't sell, right? But right now is when all your relocations happen. The highest percentage of relocations happen in October and November. I think it's like something like 78% or 82% of all relocations happen October and November. So you're reaching out to whatever that big industry is that's in your town. Ours is Kiewit and Chase and Lockheed. So that's a lot of the calls that I'm making right now to the resource people at those companies. So the next 120 days, that's what I'm telling you. I don't know the name of the company. I will put it up next week, but I've already ordered my Christmas gift wrap to my top 100 clients. And what it is it goes out, it gets mailed the day before Thanksgiving. And it's a bundle of Christmas wrap, depending on, I think I got 4 rolls a piece for everybody. It comes with bows, comes with stickers. And then I am also cognizant to see, are they Jewish or are they, because there's a special one for Hanukkah and all of those things. So I order 100 of those. I think it cost me like $10 or $12 a package mailed. And it goes out the day before Thanksgiving and the day after Thanksgiving or 2 days after, they get it. Now they've got all their Christmas wrap ready and they remember me every year when I send that out. I wish I could afford to do 1,000 of them. Right.
The gift I got for everybody in December last year from my top 100 is I sent them one of those little calendar flip books with like a motivational or inspirational quote on it.
Oh,
So
that's nice.
and it's like recyclable, so they can keep using it like the next year and the next year. And I see like a lot of my clients are on my Facebook feed and on my stories, and I'll see they'll like take photos of it from time to time. But it's like an easy way to stay like front. It doesn't have my branding or anything. I just ordered on Amazon for like $16 and then shipped it directly to them. And I spent like $1,000 total on ordering these things for my top clients, but that was one of my favorite things. Like, Stacy Brown Randall, I took her coaching last year. She teaches generating referrals without asking. And my referrals started to go way up once I took her program and utilizing that stuff. But she talks exactly what you're talking about with your 120-day plan, but she talks about it on like the full calendar year. When are you sending cards, when you're sending out like a video, when are you touching them? And then she also talks about the importance of listing out who your top referral sources are, so that when you see them out and about, you can get all like extra excited and everything. So,
but I 100%, I think at the beginning of the year, which would probably be a call that I do maybe at the beginning of December, is what are you going to spend for your entire year and how are you going to allocate it to everything, right? I think a lot of times we talk about we're going to send out Easter cards, or we're going to put out 5,000 flags, or we're going to do all these things, but we don't think about the budget, right? So I guess the point of my call is September is your do or die, make or break. It will make it may not give you a lot of business in this last quarter. It might, but it will definitely give you more business for January and February, because what's going to happen is with your Christmas cards, your holiday cards, your, client parties, your, Bronco schedules or football schedules, you're going to start getting calls, right? And then make sure that you send, CMAs to people that you have been in your downline for 5 years, right? Like, this is the time of year to make your spring. I'm telling you. So any other ideas that you guys want to talk about? So I have client parties, I have Bronco schedules, basketball schedules. I like to do like Thanksgiving cards and then Christmas gifts. And then I just do the Christmas cards or the Halloween cards holiday cards for people that aren't in my top 100. Yeah. So there's all that. And then also you need to be thinking about like recording your birthday videos for January 1 for female and male to go into your CRM, the auto ones. I don't know if you guys do them individually every time, but when you have 5,000 people or more in your database, I just do one for female and one for male. So that like sorry, I have a new puppy. What do you have? Fine. He has an outlet. Sorry. So yeah, that's basically the call today, is make sure that you're pre-working on all of your social media, that you sit down one day and you do like your Christmas posts, your videos, your Christmas letters. Oh, one of the things I did for 10 years is I would take my top 250 to 500 and I would print out address labels with holiday on it. So I'd give them two sheets of holidays letters with a holiday letter with, it's just return address levels is what I'm trying to tell you. And I would print an 8x10 white envelope and I'd send those to my top 250 to 500 so they can send out Christmas cards. Here's your Christmas card label, return, and then I would send that out. And people loved that for years too. That's another great idea.
Do you know Lonnie Fisher? She teaches on here sometimes. Lonnie Fisher?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she does, I don't do client parties. Like, usually what I do, it's like, hey, I'm throwing, and everyone just hang out with me, Misters, which is a local bar and grill. But Lonnie does a great job of like connecting with like title reps and lenders and like setting up. I think she does like 6 client events a year. And I think it was like one where like, and she does it like all by getting them to share the budget, or like there'll be like the local fair in her city or whatever. I think she's in a large city. But she'll just like tell everybody to show up. So literally like the fair is already going on. She's not like creating anything. She just tells everybody to show up at the same time. And then she gets to meet like all of the clients and everything. And the cool thing is I don't really do this, right? I probably should. I just don't know if it's really my brand. But like in my city, it's a smaller market. There's only 120,000 people in my city, about 250,000 in the metro area that I serve. And like a lot of my clients like know each other, like, but they don't know that they know each other, like through me, right? So it's like enforcement of things. And you know, obviously only invite like your raving fans, you know, but
yeah. So in my town, well, I'm in a weird area. So I have Highlands Ranch, Parker, Castle Rock, Sedalia, and Littleton, and we're all kind of close. And Castle Rock every year does the star lighting. So it's a great social media post to do even once a week. Am I going to see you at the star lighting? I can rent a like tent. I can have hot chocolate, and I can take the heaters and put them in because it's going to be cold. And I can even hire a face painter for free. And I'll have a line out the door, right? There's all kinds of swag you can pass out at that, but it's called the Star Lighting, and it's on top of Castle Rock. And they have the Christmas carols, and they have the firehouse down there with the chili. So it's just another like event. What kind of events are happening? Is there a parade in your town? Can you call whatever group puts on the parade and, you know, make a Santa truck or the Grinch truck? Can you all dress up and, you know, be Grinches in the parade, right? And advertise your business. My daughter has a lime green Jeep, kind of like Kim's. I exactly like Kim's, actually. And one year in the Parker year, we all dressed up as Grinches, and we took the we had a balloon artist come. We took the top off the Jeep, and then we had the balloons all illuminated out the side and branded on the side, you know, Teen Cells, Colorado, Jenn. And then we went down the street with candy, and we threw like we threw candy. Like we didn't hand it to them. We were like Grinches, right? And it was a blast. So think about everything that you can do for Halloween, Thanksgiving, I was about to call it Turkey Day, and the holidays. What can you get involved with, and where can you get your brand out? And pre-schedule all your social media, all of your emails, your Christmas cards, your Halloween cards, whatever you're going to do, and put your budget together quickly, right? So that you can go and be seen and build out your spring. Yes, Alex, that's exactly what needs to be done. Being involved in the community is make it or break it, right? And use as many other people as you possibly can. Title companies are huge. We did one. I didn't like my pictures. That's why my pictures are updated. But we did one that was a photo shoot. Like, update your business. And it's not just for real estate agents, right? There's people that need LinkedIn pictures that are in your clientele. So have a title company put that together, tell them that you're inviting brokers, and you can, right? But also do it for your clientele. That has nothing to do with the last 120 days. That's more of a spring event, in my opinion. But, you know.
I know there are some people that do like Santa photo shoots.
Mm-hmm. So I did that one year with a lender, and we did it in the office. We did candy rows, and we had a face painter and pictures with Santa. We did it on a Saturday. Oh, yeah, we did it on a Saturday. Shoot it with another agent on a Sunday, which was really not smart because it aligned with a game, like a Broncos game. So make sure you're not doing any of these events on sporting event days. I'm telling you, it affects everything. But yeah, we did that. It was a blast. I think we had 56 kids of photos that Saturday. And you also want to try to do it more towards the evening, because I am going to tell you, the kids have soccer practice. Well, maybe not soccer practice, but whatever they do in the winter, they do it in the mornings, usually on Saturdays. So yeah, if you're gonna do a holiday event, do it like Saturday afternoon at 4 or Friday afternoon at 6 or something like that. So
Joe Seaman does an event on his like local area code. So like code is 507, like that's the first three. So like it would be like May 7th. You would have like an event for everybody, right? And I thought that was a pretty clever idea, right? I don't know, it depends on what your area code is, but I like that idea.
I have 303 and 720.
Yeah, so you do like March 3rd and
July 20th.
yeah, summer's a little goofy, but you do it at the beginning of the year, get everybody on the spring market, right? I think it's just a really great little extra touch, but it's unfortunate it kind of falls on whatever day of the week it is. But one thing that I loved that Lonnie did one year is her and a lender friend or a title, I don't remember, they bought like 8 turkeys and they had a turkey bingo.
Cool.
She invited like all of her clients out and like whoever got the bingo got like the turkey. And I thought that was really
good idea. That is an incredible idea. And bingo is huge. Okay, do not laugh at me, but bingo is huge in my town for people that are in their 40s, 50s.
I mean, you want to get the older population, and then like you could do like a trivia night for the younger. I don't know.
Yeah, but bingo would really probably go off well. I could probably count a room with 100 people for turkeys, especially if I did the organic turkeys. But yes, that's a great idea. Thank you.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, but just imagine, right? Like, there's like my point is, there's so many agents that go, it's the holidays. And nobody's buying and selling. Well, that's not true. Houses still sell over the holidays. So make sure that you are engaging them as much as you possibly can. You will get more attention from your clients in the next 120 days than you will any other time of the year ever. Because spring, they're thinking about cleaning their house. They're thinking about this. They're thinking about that. They're not. They're thinking about maybe selling, but they've already decided who their agent is during the holidays. So, all right. Well, I really appreciate it. Alex, thank you for being on my call again today. I didn't ask you so much. I just love what you bring to my calls. I will be back in 2 weeks, and I think that I'm going to bring just a really basic business plan, because your business plan has to be done right now before January. You have to know by, Thanksgiving what you're going to do for the next year and when you're going to do it. So I think I'm just going to bring a really basic business plan. I'm pretty sure that, usually Brent Gove does a business plan, or Brent Colley does a business plan this time of year sometime. So make sure that you get on mine, you get on theirs, and you take everything that you possibly can from every single person that does a business planning and, put that into your little lockbox of knowledge for years coming, right? So we'll talk about that in 2 weeks, because I'll be back here next week. All right, y'all have a great Wednesday, and yeah, I'll see you later, alligator.
Thank you. Bye.
If you'd like more information or to get connected to the Agent Power Huddle, join our free Facebook group. This call was designed for the agents in our EXP organization, but open to any agent from any brokerage. If you're a guest and you're interested in learning more about EXP or our specific resources within the Agent Collective, reach out to the person who invited you to this call to get more info. Produced by the Agent Collective Media Network.